All right. And finally, we have the John F. Kennedy Award, which gets awarded to the elected official determined to assert the mission of the caucus directly or indirectly with circumstances found to have been meritorious and distinguished in nature, and that goes to Congressman Ro Khanna.
Appreciate it. Great to be here with my colleagues, former colleague John Delaney and Tulsi Gabbard and Senator Klobuchar. Thank you, Cullen, for this honor. I was supposed to introduce Senator Sanders, so I'll do that, but I'll just speak for 30 seconds. One thing that I think the entire Democratic Party is unified about is that we aren't going to get into more endless and pointless wars. Made a huge blunder when we were complicit in the march to Iraq. We're not going to make that blunder and be complicit in the march to Iraq. Okay. Good.
So, real quick, because our special guest missed something at the beginning of the meeting, I say we need to repeat it. Does anyone agree with me?
Yes.
All right. So we did our opening ceremonies, and I said, we should start this with the "No More Wars" chant. So this is for our special guest that missed it earlier. No more wars. 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 Thank you. The message to everybody is I wanted, especially our guests, to take to heart what you just witnessed and understand how veterans feel. All right. Here we have a very special moment, and we're going to have two guests, and I'm going to start with Ro Khanna is going to introduce the first one. Ro?
I'm honored to be able to introduce to you Senator Bernie Sanders. With Senator Sanders, of course, we have Dr. Cornel West. Let me say three things about Senator Sanders. First, Senator Sanders chaired the Senate Veterans Affairs Committee and has fought for more veterans funding his entire career in the United States Senate. Second, he was one of the only and earliest voices to speak out about the illnesses that those soldiers had during the first Gulf War, and to speak out to say that we needed the funding to study that and treat that. And third, while our current president, they often say about Senator Sanders that, how can he work across the aisle? Well, let me give you a concrete example. While our current president was dishonoring John McCain's memory, in contrast, Bernie Sanders actually worked with John McCain to get more funding, more hospitals, more doctors, and more access for the VA, and passed that in a Republican minority Senate. And to bring Senator Sanders up, that he will live out the ultimate vision that Dr. West has spoken about, that is Dr. King's prophetic vision of no more militarism, and when he is president, there will be no more unconstitutional wars.
for allowing me to speak to you briefly. I think I got 3 minutes, is that it? It's not the United States Senate. Just a few points. First, thank you all very much for your service. As Ro mentioned, when I was chair of the Veterans Committee, we introduced, with the support of all of the veterans organizations, the American Legion, the VFW, etc., the strongest piece of veterans legislation in the modern history of the United States of America. And it would have revolutionized the VA, it would have opened the doors to the VA for far more people. It would have brought dental care into VA healthcare. It would have provided just a whole range of new services. Unfortunately, we got every Democrat to vote for it in the Senate. We only had 2 Republicans, 56 votes. We couldn't get what I wanted. But we did address some of the crises facing the VA of tens of thousands of vacancies in the VA which have to be filled. So we have a lot of work to make the VA the quality system that it must be to guarantee health care for all of us. And in that process, we will not privatize the Veterans Caucus. Way back when, after the Vietnam War, a great injustice was done to those people who fought in that war. And that war was a very unpopular war. It was a war that I opposed. But what happened is when the veterans came back, they were held responsible for a war that they never caused. All right? That was a war the politicians caused. And the lesson of that is never blame the men and women who do the fighting. You don't like the war, blame the people who created the war in the first place. I worry very much as somebody who strongly opposed the war in Iraq, somebody who was trying to get U.S. out of the Saudi-led intervention in Yemen, and somebody who will do everything that I can to make sure that we do not get our troops involved in a never-ending war in Iran. And as the former chair of the Veterans Committee, I have talked to a whole lot of people in the military. And it is the military, men and women, not the politicians, who understand really what the cost of war is about. You know, and I know, very easy for Trump and his billionaire friends to be so tough. And we're going to go to war here, we're going to go to war there. It is not their kids who's going to fight in those wars. It is the children of the working class of this country. We can, and I want to thank those who were here. I've received the highest awards of the American Legion and the VFW, and I very much appreciate it. We're going to do everything we can to improve the VA, to make sure that our veterans get the benefits that they are due when they are due, and we're going to do our best to make sure that our young men and women never again get into a war which we should not be fighting. Thank you all very much.
The meeting will be in order. Congressman Ro Khanna, come get your award.
Thank you, Bernie.
Thank you.
Where's Dr. West?
Meeting will be in order.
Wait, hang on.
We still got to put his staff here.
I got it.
All right. Our
I gotta give you-
next speaker.
I'm behind you. All right, good to see you.
All right. Clear the aisle. Clear the aisle.
Yeah.
Clear the aisle, please.